Former New York Giant, now works for the Miami Dolphins, the Finsiders at MiamiDolphins.com. It's Sam Madison, former corner with Armen and Levack on 104.5 The Team, your home for New York sports. Sam, good to have you on, man. Last night, the Giants survived, and they beat the Redskins, now 1-2 on the season. The Giants have a lack at safety, and they have injuries at corner. How concerned should we be about the defensive backs in New York, Sam?
Well, I mean, there needs to be a little bit of concern when you're talking about a guy like Steve Spagnuolo and bringing in the type of defense that he really wants, which is defensive linemen getting after the quarterback and guys on the back end understanding exactly where they're supposed to be and have an opportunity to make a couple of plays. When you look at Prince of Markamura, man, I had an opportunity to go up there a few years ago and work with those guys. He's making that transition and he's making that step to be, the shutdown corner on that roster. But, Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie, man, he's a very good player. But being that he was out this past week, it gave an opportunity for Coach Spags to put some guys in some positions to try to have an opportunity to make some plays. But, with the defensive line that they really have and opportunity to put pressure on the quarterback, I think they'll be okay. But the guys on the back end need to know how to make those plays when it comes down to it.
Sam, when you look at Coach Tom Coughlin, 69 years old, starts the season 1-2, loses in historic fashion the first two, is he coaching for his job right now?
Well, I mean, all coaches, if you start off in a situation like that, even though you go and you look through that roster, not having full strength at a lot of different positions, especially when you talk about Victor Cruz haven't even really had opportunity to make an impact, and you're really depending on still a rookie with Odell Beckham Jr., but, going into his second year, and just the player aspect for the defensive side of the ball, no JPP because of that injury and, the star factor. But, you go back and you look to 2007, we had opportunity to eventually make it to the Super Bowl. Guys, we started out 0-2, and that was Michael Strahan, after the 2006 season, he decided that he's going to retire and then come back out of retirement, the week leading into the season, but it was still one scenario. We had brought in Steve Spagnuolo. Nobody understood the defensive scheme of how to make plays within the scheme of that defense. Then all of a sudden, on the verge of going 0-3, we had a goal line stance against Washington Redskins up there in Washington, and then the rest is history, being able to win 11 straight on the road. So Coach Coughlin knows how to get guys motivated, and he's going to work their tails off and make sure that those guys are in position to come out there and ready to play a football game. But, it's still a situation where there's still a lot of football going on, and you look around the NFC East, it's still up for grabs. You're looking at Dallas Cowboys losing two of their key star players. You look at the Philadelphia Eagles, they having their struggles. Coach Dolphin, yeah, he may be, but I guarantee you he's going to have those guys prepared each and every week when they come out there and step foot on that football field.
Got a good point. You have a Super Bowl 42 ring that tells us that we shouldn't be freaking out about starting the season at 0-2. That's a good point by you. I like that. Former Giants and Dolphins cornerback Sam Madison with Armen and Levack on 104.5 The Team. He now covers the Dolphins at MiamiDolphins.com, part of the Finsiders. He'll be on there later today breaking down this game. Dolphins hosting the Bills. And here we go. We have a bunch of pumped up fans in upstate New York about this Bills team, Sam Madison. What are you looking for in this game?
This game is going to be intriguing because both teams are coming off some really, really tough losses. And for the Miami Dolphins, the Buffalo Bills have had our numbers down here in Sun Life Stadium the last couple of years. And there's a lot of people that's, not really happy with the direction that they've seen so far out of this supposedly explosive offense, revamped defense, bringing in Ndamukong Suh, the $100 million man. Just really haven't been getting a lot of production, and this fan base is really looking forward to this game, and they are looking for the Dolphins to turn it around just the same as the Bills are looking to avenge that loss that they had against the Patriots last week.
Sam, when you see a coach like Rex Ryan, who's clearly obsessed with New England, and he's still talking about the Patriots into this Wednesday when he's supposed to be preparing for the Dolphins, should Bills fans be at all concerned that maybe he's not as focused on the Dolphins as he should be because of that loss to the Patriots?
Guys, look, this is why I always tell people the AFC East is the toughest division in the National Football League, and Rex has been in this division for at least 6 years now when he was with the Jets. Everybody in the National Football League is looking up to the standards of the New England Patriots. So, yes, you have to look at that because if in order for you to get to the ultimate goal where you want to go, you're going to have to face these guys one more time later on in the season, and also ultimately the way that they're playing, you're going to have to pass through there if you want to get to that ultimate goal.
Sam Madison, former NFL cornerback, played for the Giants and the Dolphins, now at MiamiDolphins.com, on Twitter at SamMatty29. Sam, Tom Brady threw for 466 yards, a franchise record last weekend against this Bills defense that's supposed to be really, really good. Is Ryan Tannehill going to be able to expose this Bills defense now for 2 weeks in a row?
Well, you know, the thing about it is you don't really know what the health is of the offensive line. A lot of moving pieces, and we don't really understand who's going to be starting at left tackle, if Brandon Allen will be there. Going into the beginning of that first game, the game last week with the Jacksonville Jaguars, we was doing some pretty good stuff, and then all of a sudden Brandon Allen go down, and then everything just went and took 2 steps backwards. So we'll see exactly what they have in store for these guys. But believe me, I know whoever's in that spot and those linebackers, they're going to get a heavy dose of Jarvis Landry, who's one of the toughest slot receivers in the National Football League right now. And if it comes down to dumping the ball off 5 to 8 to 10 yards down the field, Ryan Tannehill doesn't have a problem doing that. So it could be a situation to where if they have to get back and drop back and pass the ball, keep some guys in, maybe you'll see a lot of blitzing from Rex Ryan, and who knows, we're not really looking for to turn the ball over down here because that's always going to put you in a setback, but that could be a situation that Rex Ryan is definitely going to be looking at, the lack of the offensive line ability to be able to protect Ryan Tannehill on Sunday.
All right, Sam, throwing you in the hot seat, man. Who wins the game?
I'm going with the Dolphins regardless. But I think that they're going to come up with some plays, and the defensive side of the ball is going to have opportunity to shut down those big play capabilities that you guys have up there in the Buffalo organization. But, you know, we only have 1 sack. And when you talk about it, Dominican Sue, you talk about Cam Wake, Olivier Vernon, the 1 sack comes from a rookie, a defensive tackle, Jordan Phillips, who got that in the first game against an offensive line that was supposedly not very good at the Washington Redskins. But I think these guys are understanding that they are on the hot seat, and I think being at home this first game in a redesigned and upgraded Sun Life Stadium going to get the victory against the Buffalo Bills.
Sam Madison, former corner for the Giants and the Dolphins, now MiamiDolphins.com, on Twitter at SamMatty29. And Sam, we became buddies last year at the Super Bowl because you were right next to us and you noticed me. I have a hard time sitting still, and I got some good news, baby.
It sounds like you're standing up right now, too. I bet you are.
I'm pacing, man. I'm pacing right now as we talk. That's a true story. So we announced yesterday that Levack and I are once again going to the Super Bowl, all thanks to Bud Light. So we're going to see you again in San Francisco in February. And I think this time we're going to have to request to have our table right next to the Finsiders.
Yeah, man, definitely, man, because I was very entertained the whole entire day, man. You kept me entertained, but it was fun, man. And hopefully, one of our 2 teams will be representing the AFC in that game, and it'll be very interesting what Radio Row will look like. But, we're just going to take it game by game, and I'm pretty sure your fans up there are doing the same. But a lot of expectations from both of these football teams, and we're going to see how this thing play out while these 2 teams are definitely still trying to chase the New England Patriots and knock those guys out in the AFC East.
Sam Madison, former Giant, former Dolphin, MiamiDolphins.com. Check him out later today with the Finsiders, breaking down Dolphins hosting the Bills this weekend. Sam, love you, baby. Good catching up, man.
All right, man. Thank you, man. And have a seat, man. Take a load off a little bit.
I have a
Listen
hard
to
time
the
with
man,
that.
Armen. Listen to the
I have a hard
man.
time with that.